In this guide, I will show you the industry production chains, the the entire industry production system since Spacehaven. So you can decide which one would you like to prioritize first, depending on what you would need in your run. So let's start with the ore processor. Yes. So the ore processor, as everyone knows, you know it turns your basic ore, it processes basic ore and exotic ore, and breaks it down to these materials. So the basic ore gets turned into base metals, carbon, noble metals, raw chemicals, and the exotic ore turns into energium and hyperium. What's important to note here is that it one exotic ore turns into zero point 0.1 energium. So that means you would need 10 exotic ore to make one energium and hyperium. So that's one to take note. And the basic ore turns into 0.75, not even zero, not even. So you would need at least like 15 basic ore, something like that, to, to get one base metal and one noble metal. So this one is the drill, the ore drill. Every one ore processor have have three drills. So if you have a miner, yes, this one miner, and if you try to order to get some ores, uh, your crew will ride here and then get a drill and then use it to drill the ore. So if you don't have a drill available, so if all three drills are full, are at capacity, like here it says 75, if it's all 100%, and then you you won't be able to drill anymore. So that's when you would need the more or processor. But take note, uh where's that again? So this this processor also takes uh also consume five energy power 5 power per second. So that's why the next thing I would discuss is this one, I think, uh, the energy refinery. So what it does is it refines energium into energy rod. So you would get for one energium you would get two energy rod, and the energy rod is used in a power generator. So I'll show you the difference between the Energium power generator. So this is the first one that you would start with. The Energium power generator uses raw Energium or crystal. Uh, so 0.0015 Energium produces 100 power. So take note of that. And then if you if you use a power generator, 0.029 energy rod produces 150. So that's a lot more because one energium is two energy rod if you use this. If you use the energy refinery. So you already doubled your use for your energium. And then what's more is uh, if you research times x times 2 power generator and times 3, so times 2 will produces 200 power and times 3 will produce 300 power for the same consumption. So that's all. That's all for the energy refinement. And it also, yeah, it turns uh, hyperium to hyperfuel. This is the stuff you would use to jump. Okay, let's move on to the recycler. So we all know the recycler is when we scavenge derelict ships. So rubble, we could make steel plates. So 10 rubble will make one steel plate because it only produces 0.1. So soft scrap produces soft block. All scrap produce hull block and steel plate both. And infra will produce infra block and electronics component. And energy scrap will produce energy block and energium and also infra block. That's why these two is most important here. Energy scrap and tech scrap. Yeah. Because at first it's really hard to find the tech block unless you buy it from other merchants, from other ships. So this is how you could get tech blocks. So optonics component and infra block. So you can also recycle. You can also recycle this one to down down to their basic materials, but you would need to research first. Research, I think it's you need to research. First, yeah, advanced disassembly. So advanced disassembly will unlock this one. Uh, so if you got too much of this stuff and you would need I don't know if you I never really use this, but yeah, it's an option. So we can move on to the metal refinery. So metal refinery will refine your carbon and base metal into steel plates and noble metal and base metal into electronic component. So this two is used for uh, yes, here in the assembler. So the assembler, you can already build these three if you unlock the assembler: soft block, hull block, and infra block. So the hull block only needs steel plates, infra block, steel plate, and electronic component, and soft block, steel plate, and fabric. So fabric is where's the here? No, it's the fabric weaver. It's here. Uh, the micro weaver. So you can produce fabric using this micro weaver. And fabric is grown on grow beds. But you need to unlock it on the research. Need to unlock it. Fiber. Yeah. So you can plant fibers on your grow beds and make sub blocks. So that's it for assembler. Let's go to the optonics component. So this one will produce optonic component and energy cells and augmentation parts. This is used for the bots, and this one is used to make tech block and energy block. So when you unlock the advanced assembler, so you could make the three here, the first three, and the tech block and the energy block. So here, one optonic component and electronic components and steel plates can already make tech block on your base. So you would need if you want to be able to build your tech block, you would need the advanced assembler and then the uh, tonics optonic fabricator, and metal refinery, and also this one, chemical refinery. Because to make a optonic component, you would need chemicals, and chemicals is made here on the chemical refinery. You can also make a plastic, medical supplies, fertilizers, explosive ammunition, and IV. This one is used on medical beds, and this one is self-explanatory. You would use this for your injury and for growing your food. So chemicals and plastic is the most important thing you could make here in the chemical refinery, and they use uh, carbon and raw chemicals. That's also from the ores. Also, you can also get raw chemicals from composting, uh, the composter. So with the composter, if you compost like human meat or corpse, you could get a little bit of raw chemicals and carbon. So there, raw alien organs, crawler corpse, and stuff like that. Be sure not to don't leave your crawlers out in the open because they will spawn other stuffs. So be careful. Don't leave. Always have a body storage. Okay, let's move on. We already talked about this. Okay, item fabricator and the what's this? The item workbench. So the difference is uh, the item workbench repairs your weapon and armor. Now it uses plastic, steel plates, and sometimes energy cells and fabric to repair your armor best. So you would need this, and then item fabricator is for to produce your weapons. So pistol needs it only needs plastic and steel plates. SMG same rifles. You would need to research some of this to progress to unlock them, especially the plasma rifle and laser rifle. So this is what you could do with the item fabricator. Could could gear up your crew with weapons and vests, and also combat stimulants and all this stuff right here. Ah. So they mostly need chemical, plastic, and steel plates, which you already know for to make uh, metal refinery and chemical refinery. So this one, water purifier and water collector. So the water collector, it's on the tutorial. It will collect water vapor in the air, and also the water purifier will turn ice into water, so you can use it to water your plants. So what's the difference between assembler and advanced assembler? So first, that you could only unlock the assembler first. Yeah, assembler, and it would take a while to unlock the advanced assembler. So once you unlock the advanced assembler, you can already get rid of the assembler. The only difference is, I think the assembler uses less electricity, less power. I think, I'm not really sure, but yeah, uh, it's negligible. So I'll just keep with the advanced assembler. So that's it with the industry, guys, and a little bit of power generator. If you like this video, do me a favor and leave a like and subscribe. It will help a small channel like me to grow. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you in the next video.